All right, y'all. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry lead the way as the Ravens run over the rival Steelers 28-14 in the AFC playoffs. And this game yesterday, January 11th, you see the score 28-14. The Ravens victorious. Lamar Jackson 16-21, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry 26 carries, 186 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns as well. Okay. So Lamar Jackson handed off to Derrick Henry, then slid out to the left as he still had the ball. A couple linebackers shifted into Jackson's path, leaving the middle open for Henry to run through for a 44-yard touchdown. That's the quandary Jackson and Henry create for defensive players. First, they have to figure out who has the ball. And if enough people are out of position, either Baltimore star can make you pay. Jackson again threw for 2 touchdowns in a flawless first half. Henry scored twice, as I mentioned, while leading Baltimore's devastating running game to the second round of the AFC playoffs. Jackson and Henry had the Steelers chasing shadows all night as Baltimore outrushed Pittsburgh 299-29. Holy crap. It was the most yards rushing allowed by Pittsburgh in a playoff game, breaking the mark of 232 set by the Oakland Raiders 51 years ago. I'm seeing a lot of 5s and 1s in this article. It's not like the top thing that I have. It's just something I've noticed while putting this together. And you see there's a 51 right there. And let me just scroll down. Unless it was, right here. Here's a 15. Jackson capped the possession with the 15-yard strike to Rashad Bateman, who was Baltimore's top healthy receiver with Zay Flowers unavailable. A 1-5 right there. Here's another 5. They started on their own 5 on their first possession. That's a 5 and a 1. Okay, remember we had the 51 earlier. And look, when I scroll down, on second down from the Pittsburgh 5 with 11 seconds left, Jackson nearly used up the remaining time scrambling around, but he eventually dumped the ball off to open Justice Hill, who went to the end zone with 2 seconds left. Okay, so we have some 1s and 5s. There's probably another 1 or 2 somewhere else. Okay, and look at this. Russell Wilson for the Steelers, 20 of 29 right there. So that's like 29, right? And he has 29 attempts. And when we go back up here, remember the rushing yards? Right here, Pittsburgh was outrushed 299-29. You see that? And that whole thing is like 29. So you see how that syncs up with the 20 completions, 29 attempts for Wilson right there. Okay, so cool. Let's get right into it right here. And let me just open this up. And this should be nice and easy, okay? So check it out. These two players have big games. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. Notice how their birthdays just hit recently. And their birthdays are 3 days apart. You see that? Derrick Henry, the 1/4 January 4 birthday. 1/7 birthday for Lamar. Birthday 3 days after Derrick Henry. This happens a lot with the trending stories, big games, positive events right around the birthday of the character. And, or, it's either that or it's something potentially negative, right? But here's a positive story as the Ravens pick up the victory and they advance. You see how close the birthdays are, and the birthdays just hit. Notice how the game, January 11th, Saturday, 7 days after Derrick Henry's birthday, and again, Lamar Jackson, born on the 7th, 1/7, remember? AFC equals 1/7, 17 in the reverse reduction cipher. The Ravens, Steelers, members of the American Football Conference, the AFC. AFC even has 71 in the reverse cipher. And that's, like the 7th day of the first month again, Lamar Jackson's birthday. How about that? Okay. Notice the Steelers score 14 points. Derrick Henry's birthday, 1/4, 14. NFL equals 14. Derrick Henry's last birthday, 14 date numerology on January 4, 1/4. And the 14-point victory for the Ravens over the Steelers. This game, look at that. Check that out. 1 month, 14 days after Russell Wilson's birthday, like 14. And again, they lose by 14 points. NFL 14. Derrick Henry's birthday, 1/4/14. 14 date numerology on that birthday. Let me make sure that's not a span there. I want to make sure that's not a span. November 29th, I thought it was a span. Let me pull this up. So 1129. Ooh, Russell Wilson's born on the 29th, and he had 29 29 attempts, remember? And then the rushing yards for both teams synced up with 29 as well. So that on the fly. Let me reset this. And let me try this again right here. 11/29/2024, the game on 1/11. Right here. 1 month. Oh, yep, it's a span. It's a span right there. Okay, so even, Russell Wilson with the 11/29 birthday. So from start to end, that birthday to the game, 1 month, 14 days, again like 14. Look how it's the same as 44 days right there. And when we go back to the article, that was the first thing they told us with Lamar Jackson. Lamar, look right here, a couple of linebackers shifted into Jackson's path, leaving the middle open for Henry to run through for a 44-yard touchdown. The opposing quarterback to Lamar, Russell Wilson on the Steelers, 44-day span, his November 29th birthday to the game. So the game's on the 11th, 1/1/1, January 11, and then Russell Wilson's even born in the 11th month. You see that? And how that even syncs up with the 44, and then the 1 month and 14-day span, they lose by 14, scoring 14. Derrick Henry born on 1/4 on 14 date numerology. Wow, right? And again, look at Russell Wilson born on the 29th again right there. And then we can go back to the article. They ran for 29 yards, 299. Excuse me, the Ravens. Yeah, never mind. Steelers ran for 29 yards to sync up with Wilson's birthday, their quarterback. And then the 299 by Baltimore, like 29. And again, Wilson was 20 of 29, like 29, passing the ball. Okay, so perfect. I knew that was a span, so I'm glad I corrected that on the 114. The Steelers, look at their record right there with the loss. 10-8, 108. When Pittsburgh Steelers equals 108 in reverse reduction. Russell Wilson's got the 81 in the same cipher. Pittsburgh Steelers 81 in the reduction cipher. It's just 4 ciphers, the English language, forwards, reverse, numerology applied both ways with the reduction ciphers. That's all it is, and it hits every single time. And even Baltimore with that 28. See, this is why I never encourage gambling, because no matter how it goes, it could be woulda, shoulda, coulda. There's going to be connections either way. Shame on anybody who promotes gambling with this stuff, okay? Because the Ravens, one more point, they would have had 29, which would have went with all the 29s. You see that? Do you understand? Okay? But it's still an amazing code, and it still shows that this is all scripted. Do you understand? Right? But encouraging gambling with this is absolutely stupid. And I would never do it because it can go both ways. And as I mentioned, it's all connected. So, woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? And of course, Derrick Henry's middle name is Lamar. And his quarterback's name is Lamar Jackson. Come on, man. And that's the former Tennessee Titan, Derrick Henry. Okay. You see, Derrick Lamar Henry Jr., Lamar Demetrius Jackson Jr. Don't forget all of the Lamars going on. Kendrick Lamar is going to perform at halftime at the upcoming Super Bowl. Who died on the opening game of the NFL season? Rich Homie Quan, rapper. He's got Lamar in his name. Lamar Jackson played the Kansas City Chiefs on that same day that Rich Homie Quan died. Okay? And don't forget the other rapper who was trending, who got released from prison, Young Thug. He's got Lamar in his name as well. It's not a coincidence. Even when you look at Lamar backwards, you see RAM right there. Don't forget the Rams. They hit the playoffs as well. And both LA teams did. Rams and Chargers. And then you look at Lamar left to right, you see LA even. You see that? Everything is ran on the language. It's right in front of our face with the names. And of course, we have the numerical values attached to the letters that expose the code. Do you understand? It's not a coincidence. This came together pretty simple, right? As Jackson and Henry lead the way as the Ravens run over the rival Steelers 28-14 in the AFC playoffs. And check this out. You think what are the chances of this? The second highest rushing total of Henry's postseason career, and the only bigger one came in the same stadium 5 years earlier to the day. So there's another 5 that I'm not sure I caught earlier. You see, remember we had all the like ones and fives? Look at this though. On January 11, 2020. So, as a member of the Titans, he ran for 195 yards in a win over Jackson and the top seeded Ravens. And now he's on the Ravens exactly 5 years later to the day. This big game against the Steelers? Come on, man. And the thumbnail hits. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like that, right? And it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? Easy money. And I just did the Jalen Hurts clears concussion protocol as they take on the Packers today. There's Russell Wilson right there in defeat. You see Russell Wilson's page. I'm just seeing if something else maybe hits here, but we're completely good. There's Derrick Henry. I have a feeling there's a character named look how they put it in the title. Jackson Henry. I have a feeling there's like a Jackson Henry somewhere in the NFL. I may be wrong, but Jackson Henry. Look, there's a basketball player. Do we get a I wonder if we get a birthday with the guy. Look, this guy's number 1 right there. Defensive rebound. Let's see if there's just a quick birthday. I just want to see if there's some other connections here. This guy's age 22. Derrick Henry has 22 on his jersey. Okay, this is just, I'm not sure who this guy is. I'm not seeing much with that. So pretty interesting, undeniable. Look, even this guy, whoever it is, Henry M. Jackson, age 71. Remember, AFC equals 71 and 17, and Lamar Jackson's birthday, the 7th day of the first month, or 1/7, January 7. You see that? It's all with the damn language. And then right after that, they give us the Jackson, Henry, Lamar, and Derrick with this game. And even this Jaxie Henry Sturm, or whoever this is, look, you get the 15 again right there. Age 15 of Greenfield, New Jersey. And look, Greenfield, like the NFL field, grass, green field. Look how I'm exposing this on the fly. You see that? It's all with the language and how they give us Jackson Henry, 2 characters, but it kind of looks like it's a name as well of one character. And you see how it connects, right? Just with these other articles when you just enter it on Google, okay? So pretty awesome. Pretty damn awesome. And we have these games here. So today the Broncos and the Bills, wild card round. Packers and Eagles, as I stated. Jalen Hurts out of concussion protocol should start, I guess, right? Commanders at Buccaneers today as well. Tomorrow, Vikings and Rams, right? And remember, Lamar, LA, with both Lamars, Derrick Henry, Lamar in his name, and then his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, LA, Lamar. You get both LA teams in. Not a coincidence. Wild card round. Wildfires in LA. And don't forget Lamar, Kendrick Lamar. Look at Lamar backwards. You see the RAM with all 3 of those characters. Not to mention the other rapper, Young Thug, and then Rich Homie Quan with Lamar dying on the first game of the NFL season. It's not a coincidence you get the Rams in there to go with the two LA teams. Remember all the rappers performed that Super Bowl that the Rams beat the, was it the Bengals? I can't even remember right now. But LA won that Super Bowl, remember? And you had those rappers perform as well. And Kendrick Lamar might have been a part. Was he a part of that one or another Super Bowl? Which Super Bowl did Kendrick Lamar perform at? Right there. Look, Kendrick Lamar was a part of that Super Bowl that the Rams won. How about that? And that was against the Bengals, yeah? LV1. You see that? LV1 Super Bowl. What was the score? Yep. The Rams beat the Bengals 23-20. How about that? You see? So perfect. Okay, I appreciate y'all watching this. It's obvious. I don't hope you see the connections if you watch this. I know you see the connections. And we get these other stories trending at the top now. Kohl's store closings. All of these stores are closing, y'all. Big lots. Even though they were having the closeout and then they ended up making a deal, we still have a lot of closed Big Lots around here where I'm at. Remember Walgreens closing a bunch of stores. We've had a lot of product recalls with a lot of foods. Now Kohl's. Think about J. Cole, but it's spelt differently. J. Cole synced up with Kendrick Lamar. You see Lamar Jackson right here. I'm telling you, all of this stuff is connected. All of it is connected. You just got to open your mind to see what's right in front of your face with the language. Do you understand? Okay? That's all you got to do. Jackson and Henry lead the way as the Ravens run over the rival Steelers 28-14 in the AFC playoffs. And I do want to just run these back a little bit right here. Pretty damn undeniable with these connections, as you can see one more time here. See that? And a lot of this energy hitting right now. Let me fix that. Here you can see me how I fix the slide on the fly. Bam. We need that background. So again, this is going to be exciting, breaking down these playoffs for y'all. Jackson and Henry lead the way again, as I state one more time, as the Ravens run over the rival Steelers 28-14 in the AFC playoffs. We'll see what happens with these other games today, y'all. Daily Decodes 81-2. Until next time, peace.